Hey everybody, welcome to What Culture. I'm Scott and I'm joined by Ash.
Hi.
Hi. Now it's a horror thing that's going on, so we thought we'd have a little bit chat. The Halloween trailer has dropped for the new movie by David Michael Green.
Yes.
And it looks pretty promising. David Gordon Green. Not John Carpenter is the thing that sort of resonated to me. But yeah, it looks incredibly promising. We thought we'd have a little bit of a chat because I'm not the biggest fan of the first Halloween, but you are, and you've seen the sequels too.
Yes.
So as someone coming off the back of that, how's this new one make you feel?
I think it's very good that something that looks like a good Halloween movie is coming out, because there's been a lot of messy sequels. Whereas I think it's good that this one's just going, right, all that, let's go back to the original, let's keep it where it was good.
True, and speaking of the original, Jamie Lee Curtis is back as well, which gave me real Freddy versus Jason vibes, considering the way that they amp her up in the trailer. She's got like a big rifle, she's going to be taking Jason on. I like the way that they're doing it, because there's a lot of things in Hollywood where it's like, how do we soft reboot old franchises? How do we segue into sort of bringing new characters in? And things like that. And I like that they've gone back to the old cast. Obviously it's what Star Wars did. And it's one of those things where you look at her in the trailer and she has a really good purpose. She has something to do, she has someone to take out. I mean, I don't know how many different sequels there are for Halloween. I only have the first one to sort of go off.
This is the 11th installment.
Good. What?
Yes.
Okay, right. There's a hell of a lot more than I thought there was. I didn't realise that they kept doing them, that many of them. But assumedly, if she's been in multiple ones, there's a hell of a rivalry to sort of like wrap back around to and potentially finish off.
I guess so. The thing is, with this one, the rivalry that was created in Halloween 2 was that they were brother and sister, and that he was like coming back.
Okay.
That's what he targeted her and all this sort of thing. Whereas this movie's now saying there is no familial connection.
So it is a full-on reboot, soft reboot type thing.
Soft reboot. It's basically Halloween 2.
I guess they're kind of picking and choosing, because they're going to play off the fact that they've been at war with each other before, and then it's going to come back around in this one. But in terms of the general presentation, the production, the cinematography, there's a great jump scare at the end.
Oh yeah,
which was incredibly promising for me. I mean, the last horror movie that we sort of talked about in the office was The Quiet Place, which put such an focus on the idea of complete silence and then a big old volume spike to freak everybody out. That's something that I'm very tired of in horror. I think it's the cheapest way to get a jump scare. So I like that at the end of this, it just shows a door opening and he's just there. It's a very it's like an 80s 90s style horror thing, and if that's a mark of confidence on behalf of Mr. Green, then that's a hell of a way to go.
I think that's a really good original way of doing it. And also they're finally playing on the trope that being on the toilet is the place that you're going to get killed. That's where it kills.
We talked about this before, toilet kills. I mean, I know Zombieland. You guys can let us know your favourite toilet kill down in the comments below. But yeah, it kind of seems like Myers is thinking through the sort of general, I don't know, weird sick nature of his kills more. Like he drops a handful of teeth over the top.
Yeah, he's definitely been gone a bit crazy whilst he's been in his.
And I mean, speaking of actually going back to the cast, they've got Nick Castle back as well. So there is that nice little sort of nostalgic pull, but it means that he can kind of, I don't know, play on the way that he played him in the past and try and amplify that sort of thing. Because he just bashes his head against the door until it goes through. It's a cool kill. But I mean, they kind of amp up the psychosis, the psychotic side of him. Again, total Halloween noob. I apologise. I've only seen the first one. But he didn't seem as out of control in the first one. So it's good to see a little bit of a twist.
I think he's always supposed to be just the plain psychotic killer.
He's just a bit mad.
Yeah, it's like the whole white William Shatner mask. It's kind of like, who is he?
Why not? So in terms of the director, David Gordon Green, we had a quick look across his past filmography and knew absolutely nothing. He originally did Pineapple Express way back in the day, which obviously has nothing compared to this. And we were talking to Mr. Josh Brown, who knows everything about film but wasn't available. And he said that, I mean, we kind of got the takeaway that he hasn't done many horror films before.
Yeah, no. So, he said the closest thing was Joe with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. And even that, I mean, it doesn't seem like that has any sort of horror. There's not any horror aspects to Joe. No. But that only reinforces the idea that, I mean, I'm confident about this because it seems like it has a different approach. Even something like that jump scare gives me confidence as to how they're going to approach, I keep wanting to call him Jason, Michael Myers in the movie itself. And that's a bit of a fresh angle. I like the idea of a bit of new blood having a go at an established genre and an established character.
I think it's really good when you get non-horror directors doing horror films, because they do always bring something new. It's like, it's either that or every single cliche ever in a horror film is going to be played upon. But it's it's Halloween as well. So
it's all, I mean, I guess that's the thing. The theme is back. Obviously, it's going to be the big thing coming out at Halloween. So I don't know, if you kind of go down the whole studio executive route, the way to do a horror film in Hollywood is you pump it full of jump scares and volume scares, and that's the thing that's the most tiring. So I kind of hope that they stick to the sort of mentality that they have towards the end of the trailer, and we get an altogether more intelligent movie. If this is the way for them to sort of branch into a whole host of new Halloween movies as well, then there has to be something. I don't know whether Lee Curtis is coming back, but there has to be something in this movie that's going to get new people in and the old as well. So we'll kind of have to wait and see. You guys can let us know what you think down in the comments below. What do you think of the latest Halloween, and what do you think of the franchise overall? I've been Scott from WhatCulture.com.
I have been Ash from WhatCulture.com, also very slowly. Sorry.
But we'll get there. And we'll catch you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.